All right, so what we got?
Okay, this is an 8.5 by 11. We did the template for it.
Okay.
And my first question is, you look down here, does the annotation scale and the standard scale need to be the same?
Well, they generally do. They should be. They don't have to be.
Okay, so I should make this one inch. I should unlock this and make it 1 inch to 20.
I would. That's generally the intent of that. Okay, now it doesn't look like there's anything much that changed. I watched that the point symbol under the circle changed a little bit. That was it.
Okay, then I locked it. Okay, I guess the first thing that we can talk about on this page is this viewport didn't exist. I created this viewport to make a location inset.
Okay.
But I can't click inside of it.
Yeah, because that one is over top. If you select that outside one, the big one, yeah, and right click and send the draw order, send it to the back. I don't know that this will help. I'm just guessing. Now just go up there and try to double click inside the other. Nope. All right. I'll request remote control. All right, now. All right, you've got this. Polyline. Ah, it's not a viewport at all.
It's not.
Nope, it's just a polyline. See right there.
Huh. Okay.
The polyline only viewports now. So to turn that, you have to turn that into a viewport. Did that come out of the template, you mean, like that, or did you?
No, the template didn't have a location inset.
All right. So what you need to do then is go to the, I think, view menu.
The view menu.
Yeah.
Viewports.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. So you want to create a model view viewport. And now of all those options down there, like entity polygon, you want to do E for entity because it's already drawn.
Oh, but it disappeared.
What's that?
Oh, no, it didn't.
There you go. Now select that drawn. There you go. Think that'll work. Yep. So now it's a viewport. Now, if you double click inside it, all right, there's that one that's above. Oops, damn it. I always do this. All right. So if we then do this, we send this to the back. Not sure that'll work necessarily, but, and by the way, this viewport was created with a polyline.
Yeah.
That's why when I did that crossing selection, it shows me I've still got a polyline there and a viewport there.
Okay.
Viewports don't have to be affiliated with polylines, but they can be. And when they are,
How do you create a viewport then?
you can just create it itself with, you create a viewport here, for instance, and you see these options down here.
Yeah.
Do polygonal. Okay, so that's and it can be,
Well, should we just delete that thing and start over again?
no, not necessarily. I was just showing you, don't be panicked, because this is a single viewport. That up there actually had a polyline to go with it. Now, the reason I like to use those is because, especially if I'm doing title blocks and I come down here and I need to step around, like if I didn't have this here and I almost always had this over here,
Yeah.
this viewport might come down and I would just come over here and step down and go across and up to get a little more real estate. Okay, now yours is fine. I'm just as an example. So now I put that in the back and pulled that one in the front. Let's see if that helps us. Still not. Wow. Really sluggish. Well, are you still seeing my mouse move? Are you seeing, I mean, the mouse move on the screen?
It's not moving. I can see the mouse.
Yeah, see, I'm moving all over. You see the green and red crosshairs, but you're not, yeah, see, I'm sitting there locked completely up. Let me stop remote control and then see if that giving you the mouse back. Does that let you, there you go. Now. So double click outside of it. So we're back in the paper space. Now, one of the things that we could do is, even though that's inside, completely inside the bounds of this first one, you could select it once, one time click it. If you selected the box, the little one. No, you got them both.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, that must have been all that stuff left over from when I was working. All right, so if you select that guy right there.
Oops.
All right, now, because that is your viewport and it's selected, I think if you go down to this icon at the bottom of the screen on the status bar, yeah, double click that. Now, when you do that, that's actually within that little viewport area, as much as, as well fit as it could be, because this is obviously a lot wider than tall. And then you can double click that icon back and go back to the paper space if you want. But the easiest way probably to do this would be to, if you just click once on that viewport.
This viewport?
Yeah. And now what you should do is roll your wheel mouse and zoom in up there at the top corner. And pull that, you see those, no, go, I want to see the red line here. There we go, on the left. So just pull that edge of that red line over on
This
the
one?
left. Yeah,
This
you
one?
want to pull that, make it a little wider than the one that it's sitting in. Hold the shift key down, see if that'll lock you into perpendicular. But go to the left, don't go to the right. You want to go a little bit outside of that big one. Okay, like that. Okay. Now, you could, if you zoom the mouse in, press escape to deselect it. Now press escape and zoom into that little sliver right between. So in that gap right in there between the two viewports, if you double click that, now you'll get placed inside. Now you can scroll back out as long as that was locked. I think it was locked, wasn't it? Yeah. So if you scroll back out, yeah, keep on doing that. See, that's, no, I guess it wasn't locked. You're gonna have to double click outside it again and select it, set its properties. You know, we don't know what scale it's going to be yet.
Oh, no, it wasn't locked.
All right. But
I don't know what scale it's going to have to be, probably 1 to 2,000.
could be. It may not be defined yet. You may have to type in the number where it says custom scale.
Well, could I bring in my location inset first and then
Yeah, no, sure.
move it around and then figure out what the scale needs to be?
Absolutely. Absolutely, you could. Just realize when you double click inside it, when you zoom in there and then you want to zoom back out to see it, you're still in paper space, or I'm sorry, you're still in the model space. So what to do is when you do that, go ahead and zoom or double click outside of it first. All right, now zoom into the area. Now we gotta
Double click here.
yeah, but select that viewport and go over to, let's put it on a different layer. It's on layer adjoiner. Let's put it on layer. Go look at your properties right there. Change that to viewports or whatever we have it set up to be. Yeah, there's viewports. There you go. All right.
Oh, went back to a joiner. No, it didn't.
No, a joiner is what your current layer is. See, when nothing
Yeah.
is selected, you're looking at the current properties. Okay.
Right.
So when you're, all right, so now you could go in, if you double click in or zoom in before you double click inside it so that you're just looking at the paper. All right, now double click inside. And now you want to, if you want to zoom back out while you're there, you have to come down to the status bar and over toward the far right, you see those things that look like the piano keys, and there's in between it, there's a tab for model. Between that and the gear over to the right, there's that tab, one for model, one for space. So if you zoom in like that, you've clicked into model space. Click, double click, yeah, on the paper space part. There you go.
This thing?
Correct. What the heck? I guess it's the one to the left of that. Oh yeah, that's a tablet. You don't even need that out there. If you double click on that, all right, now you're back in paper space. It says, if you look, it's got a P on it now. So now if you roll the wheel in or out, you see now you get it to where you can see it. Okay, that's fine. Stay like that. And if you go back now to double click that.
Double click.
No, down on the status bar.
Oh, double click this.
Yeah. There you go. Now you're inside it.
Okay, then.
Let me see something else, Mike. If you double click outside of it, so you're back in paper space, all right? Select, just single click on the big red rectangle, the big viewport. Just select it. Now go over there and double click on that P icon. Okay, so it's not, it's actually remembering the one that was, it's not just being selected, you have to have been in it. Okay, so that's a way to, until you get it set, you can now see what it is. So if you are in model space inside that viewport, so if you could at this point do a zoom extents to see where everything is. Now I realize you don't have your location map yet, but that would be what you would do. And then you would, roll the wheel around, zoom it around, pan it around, get it to wherever it is that you've drawn your location map.
Okay, well, I don't want this in there at all. I mean,
No. That's why when you do your location map, you're going to go way away from the drawing. I mean, excuse me. You're gonna go like, leave that like that right there, and double click outside of that now for the minute. Now go to your model space. No, not that one, but that. Now zoom out there, zoom way out, way up in the air, and then pull that over to the right. All right, so you're going to want to put your model space, I mean your vicinity map rather, somewhere over there, so that when you have that in the drawing, you're not going to accidentally pick up that geometry. Okay.
wait a minute. Just put it over here somewhere.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you could put it right up next to the other one as long as you didn't wind up with that other part, but you don't know yet. So,
It was asking for scale or unit.
yeah, I don't know, what was it, 8.5 by 11 kind of thing. I wouldn't make it too terribly big. You're not trying to make it as big as it is on the ground necessarily. Because whatever this is, I would try first of all just a 1. So that's what it was created at that scale, and then hit enter for the rotation. Now, when you go back,
Close this.
yeah, close it off, and you can barely see it. Let me see here. Go back to get request remote control again. All right, so you see it's yeah, it's right in there. See how tiny that is. But all right, so because that's tiny, I'm going to move it from, say, there to a little closer. I don't need it quite so far away. All right, that should probably do us, and we'll take a look at it down here. It's really tiny. What scale is their drawing?
20.
20 scale. So if we scale this, now, yeah, there's no guarantee that that's the size you need, but it's a good start. Right. All right, so now go, I'll let you drive for a while, go back to your paper space. And now double click back inside of that, or yeah. Double click in it now. Before that, you've got to scroll out. So go back to your paper space button at the bottom. There. Oh, one more. There you go. Double space. Roll it out to where, see now what, that's fine. Now do the toggle that button again, the one that's down at the bottom. Okay, now you're inside it. Now, just roll the wheel. I mean, point to it up there. Yeah, now roll the wheel and get it. There you go. And you want it to be, it can be a little bit bigger so that it's got no space. There you go, something like that. Or, it would be whatever size you wanted to make it.
Okay, that should work.
All right. So now you need to get back out of that, back into paper space. And select that viewport. And go over on the properties and whatever it is, it says it's 0.1533. So what is 0.15 as a scale? 0.15. So 1 to 2, it's 1 to 6. 2. Yeah, so it's, I don't know. Let's figure out what it is. If you, you're not gonna, for a location map, it's not gonna matter because you're never gonna know what it is. It's not ever created at ground scale. That's a cartoony picture. So, it's coming out of the parcel database and the GIS buildings and all of that. So anyway, get that like you like it, lock it and ready to go. Now, I wouldn't worry about any annotation scaling on there because you're not going to necessarily do any annotation out in model space. That's what that annotation scaling would do. You're going to just draw your text right on top of this paper here.
So I should go ahead and lock it.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. All right. So now with it locked, see that upper left corner? If you grab the grip, yeah, drag it down and to the right. Or I'm sorry, do an undo. Grab the arrowhead. There you go. Now drag that down and to the right. Okay, that's enough. Let it up.
Click.
Yeah, and then regen. All right, so now, as long as your endpoint snap is on, if you grab the arrow, which grabs the corner of it and keeps it square, now drag that up to there, to the endpoint of that. So now you put that viewport right back in, so you don't have part of that inset map sticking out under, a little sliver into the title block. All right.
Right.
So that's taken care of, at least, until you get it labeled.
Okay, I can come back and do the labeling.
Yeah. And if you need a bigger area of coverage, then you need to probably go.
I'll need to make a little box here that says location inset.
Okay. Yeah. And you've got some other maps where we've done that.
Yeah.
that you can just go in there and copy and paste. And you know how to copy things between drawings, right? With
Yeah,
using-
use the clipboard.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Okay, well, let's look at this other thing. Well, this is a mess. I've just got so much stuff crammed in here in such a small space. I need some advice on how to reorganize that.
Well, the first thing I would do is change the font to something not quite so heavy. And we don't want anything very heavy and very fancy. And the other thing we might want to consider is, let's see, yeah, we got this certification, you know, how much room we need for that, whether this scale, date, and job number can go.
Normally, I have that tucked over into the right hand corner, bottom right hand corner of the plat.
You normally have it like that. Uh, 0.08. Now 0.08 close to, you know, it's close to a tenth. Not sure if that's. Oh, let's see that you get, this is actually two pieces here. Okay. Let's put him down here just for the nuts. And I'm going to change. So I'm going to do Express Tools. I'm going to turn that text into M-text. I'll go from this one, this one, this one, and then this one. Okay, and I'm going to change the height. Well, first change the see what style it is. It's called standard. All right, so if we make a style, it should be a text style. The wrong button. Sorry about that. So style. Text styles. So there's standard, which is made out of Arial. If we make a new one, and let's call this one title small. Okay. So if we change this font or this style to be title small, first thing we might want to do Just learn to spell. All right, now. Sorry, we got to do this one more time. To the style menu. Title small. It reset. All right, Arial narrow. All right, so that makes it a bit smaller. And making that quite such a height of 0.08. Let's make it 0.065. That'll probably. All right. And one last bit, if we select everything. Oh, I get so tired of that. All right, there we go. Everything's selected, and I want to change this width factor. Instead of full width, I'm going to take it down to like 85% and see if that doesn't really do much to it. Gosh. It's so hard to do. Over the phone. All right. So we've got that one cranked down a little bit. Probably it will be enough. We'll see. And so then what I would do here, Michael, all of this stuff's a bit of a mess. So I would go to, and I'll let you do this. I'll tell you where the tools are. It's first of all, click it and let's see, is that a single block, a single paragraph? No, it's individual lines. Okay, so let's turn it into a paragraph. That's that M line text, a multi-line text. So that's on our, you can do it one or two places. You have an Express Tools menu.
Where is that?
Further to the right, right next to the window menu. No, menu, not toolbar.
Menu.
Pull down menu. File edit, view, points, that kind of stuff. Yeah, keep going, keep going. Right, one more, right there. So there's one, and under text, and there it says text to multi-line text, but you can also do it if you didn't have your Express Tools installed under the Carlson edit text pull right menu. It has everything in there. So either one's fine. So choose that. And then just give it a crossing selection so that it picks. So, all right, so now you need to go back up to that text, or now it's asking you to either to set some settings or just select the entities you want to convert. I would just do a little crossing.
Of this whole thing?
Yeah, just, yeah, start up there and drag down into the left. Don't get the title bar though when you get to it. Your highlighting is not showing up. That's a zoom artifact.
Really?
Yeah. Just,
Okay, I don't know that I've selected anything.
did I
I mean,
request remote control? And now, it seems to be. So if I request remote control. Okay. All right. So if I turn that into multi-line text, just going to drag and know that I'm getting it and then let it out. There we go. All right, now what you need to do when you're editing this, oh, you had that, you had this over top of that, underneath that. Never mind, let me see. Does that normally live like that, like part of that?
Um,
That you had that as a separate.
well, yeah, the copyright shouldn't be there. That's not where it goes. It goes down underneath the Shepp surveying at outlook.com.
All right, let's do this. There we go. Now, let's do this. In the right order. So plat, this, 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 this. Is one block. And then this. This, and this. What? Yeah, because it did exactly what I told it to do. Just hit the wrong tool. So that. All right, let me just come in here. I'll come in here and God. Windows. Bloody passion. Okay, now. I want to put those two things together, so I'll just, or do I? No, let's do this. All right. This will be all right. So that that can't really get any smaller. We might be able to do. All right. Everything is selected. What on earth? Why is it? Yeah, I despise AutoCAD too, or IntelliCAD. Just grr. I want to tighten up the line spacing. It's not going to let me. All right. So let's make that same as the other one. 0.065. I think this will lend itself. Being on the same line. That should do. And then this will take as 1/10 of an inch. All right, let me see about this. Michael. So that one. Wait. Take. Oh, come on. Small. Oh. Right at it. Yeah, I don't want to get too. I don't want to get too far gone that we become guilty of gilding the lily on this one. All right, so what are we here? 0.08. That is small. All right. And finally, that's 0.08, and then we'll edit certain bits of it to be bigger. So it was plat of survey. Next line was Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
Oh, it had an address there. It's 810.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's it, it's there. I missed it.
and just so Charlestown Corporation map 10, is it?
Yeah,
Parcel 69, and then does parcel 69 Jefferson County, does that go in the same line or can they go up?
different line.
Okay. Virginia, and it's Kevin Moore, his property in, oops. Okay, now. All right, so that's that. So let's set this. Some relative different heights. 0.12. Address. We'll open that. Let's, this should probably also all be centered. That was a little bigger. All right.
You are recording this, aren't you?
Supposed to have been. Yes, yes it is. I just want to get you on your way. Now, since this thing is an 8.5 by 11, go ahead and print it out on your office printer to make sure it's legible.
Right now?
No, just before you,
Okay.
you know. And if you find that you need to scale something up a little bigger, I think in this case, like for this one, if you don't have to select the text and change the height. I had to do that because I wanted to set, this line set different from this line, which is different from this line, different from that line. So, but if you want to just sort of scale the whole thing relative to itself, if you grab those, excuse me, grab those corner grips, one of those will do it. So. Oh, God, I hate telemarketers. All right. What next, sir?
I think that, I'm having a lot of trouble with the bar scale and the seal and the signature on this drawing, and I don't know why.
Because of this, because of those sizes.
Probably. Let me bring one of them in here. Oh, what did I do to bring that in? Draw,
So,
insert.
mhm.
Now there are two bar scales there, and I'm not quite sure why, but there are.
I think one's a different style than the other, isn't it? Like 0 on the left, and the one's like it's like a 3-part, the other one's a 4-part or something, or 2 and 3.
Well, let me bring this in first.
All right, now you see. Yeah, okay, go ahead. That's all right. We'll fix the certificate. We'll slide that over.
Okay, that went pretty well. Let me try to insert. Let's see. I don't use that for the signature. I do this for the signature, right?
Well, wait on the signature a minute. We're going to have to resize a couple of things first.
Okay.
So let me.
So do the bar scale next.
Yeah, you might as well, since you were in the middle of that process. Now, those are probably going on layer adjoiner if that was still your current layer. I don't know. Maybe did you switch or not? I don't recall.
I'll switch them here in a second. I don't want them on that layer. I guess I'll just pick one of these and try it. I don't know which.
Yeah, that's fine. Now read your prompts, and it wants to know those numbers.
First dimension.
Yeah, so just type 0 instead of hitting enter, because I'll show you why. That by default puts a foot mark on the 0. All right, so now what is your scale? Did you say 100?
This drawing is 20.
Oh, 20. Okay, so you will make that 20 foot mark. Or, okay. Then the third dimension would be 40. And then that's back to 20. There you go. Now, so you need to put, either you need to put foot marks there, or you need a thing somewhere that says like scale in feet. Oh God, I hate this thing. Are
you still there?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Are you frozen?
Yeah. There you go.
Well, I think you're frozen. I can,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're able to clear it up. All right, if I stop remote control and then request remote control again, you have to access or you have to allow it.
I'm not seeing the request.
It's on the other screen, probably, usually.
No, no, I'm looking on that screen. It's not, oh, it's got the, now I've got a blue circle on the other. No, it's not coming.
All right, so if I request it now, I just requested it.
Not showing up.
Hmm.
Now I've got the blue circle again.
Well, all right. Uh,
Should I close this drawing and reopen it?
no, it's not on your end. It's this stupid Zoom thing. Let me see. So,
Okay, that came through.
all right.
Okay, I approve it.
Yeah, okay. All right, so this and this, they both need to go on. Title block line work. Well, shoot.
Title block PS.
Yeah.
There's a bar scale there.
That's what I was looking for. There we go. All right, now. Got those numbers all whacked out. All right, so that should be, the zero should be 22. That should be 0. I can't see it. All right, so 20 feet to 20, 24. Is it, you say 20 scale?
Yeah,
0, 20. All right, so that's gonna be 20.
you put a foot mark beside it.
Yeah, oops, do, do, and 40. Wow, there's just not much room. All right, so now this one. And then should be okay. Let's take this. Come on. God, I get so tired of this. Right. Uh, there we go. All right. Now let's see about how much space we've got here. One over there, one over there. Let's see, you did. All right. So let's put that on. One for that.
You hold down the shift key to make that orthogonal.
I did, yes. Now, you certainly can always continue to use the, the snaps like you've always done. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see how many. Just the one line between them, okay. Okay. And now. I just don't trust anything anymore. I saved it. Let's bring this over a wee bit.